From Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, tonight, the 17th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers host the Air Force Academy Falcons. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rocky Top. I'm Randy Smith along with Pat Ryan. Good to have you with us again. Coach Philip Fulmer of the Volunteers, Pat, this week has used two words a lot. Respect, and the respect he has for the cadets at the military academies, and of course scary to describe the triple option offense.
And it is scary. They run a flexbone offense that you have to be extremely disciplined against, or they'll run all over the field on you.
And the guy that pulls the trigger on that triple option offense, of course, is quarterback Sean Carney.
Yeah, Sean Carney, he's the man. He's the guy that makes the flexbone go. He ran for over 700 yards last year and 11 touchdowns. He's also an excellent passer. 2005 went for 1,400 yards and completed a school record 64% of his passes.
And he has set a goal for 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 more passing this year, so he could be very tough. Tennessee defense surprised a lot of people last week against California.
They really did. You can see right here some of the stats from last week's game.
64 yards rushing last week. They really held Marshawn Lynch in check.
They shut Marshawn Lynch down. Not only did they stop the rushing attack, they recorded 8 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. This is a defense that is playing extremely fast.
And they'll need to be fast tonight against the triple option. But what about the Volunteers offensively? Of course, the receivers were a big surprise as well. Let's go down to the field to Mike Stoll to talk about the receiving corps. Mike?
Hey, Randy, thank you very much. And you talk about respect. Tennessee's receivers didn't get any last year. They worked hard in the offseason. You love their production, a bunch of long plays for scores, and they did a great job. Robert Meacham, great, outstanding statistics, big, long scores. You love the way that he played. Trooper Taylor has these receivers focused and a chip on their shoulder. They're going to go out there and catch the football, and they're going to take it to the defensive backs and make big plays.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. We'll be hearing, of course, from him throughout tonight's broadcast. Stay with us. We'll be back with more from Neyland Stadium as the Vols kick it off with the Air Force coming up next. And a good crowd on hand at Neyland Stadium this evening as the Air Force dressed in white and Tennessee in orange and white. Tennessee wins the toss. They elected to defer, so the Volunteers will kick off and Air Force will receive. And there's Coach Fisher DeBerry, the veteran coach. In his 23rd season, he's had a great career as a football coach. Back deep to receive the kick from Wilhoit will be Jim Ollis and Ty Paffett as we watch Coach Philip Fulmer's Volunteers look to be 2-0 on the year after the game. Wilhoit is set to kick it off, and we are just about to get underway. And once again, it's football time in Tennessee. Taking it at the 2-yard line is number 15, Jim Ollis. Ollis cuts back to the left, crosses the 25, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Air Force Academy. Rico McCoy, the freshman, makes the tackle for the Volunteers.
Not often do you see your backup quarterback returning kicks. Ollis, converted running back from last year. Now is the backup quarterback to Carney. Did a good job bringing that kick back.
28-yard return for Ollis. So the Volunteers will be faced with stopping Sean Carney. His 2005 stats, pretty impressive when you consider that he also ran for over 700 yards. There's the pitch. Good yardage out to the 33-yard line. Pickup of about 4 for Chad Hall, the wingback in this offense. 4-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 6 now for the Falcons. As we look at their starting offensive line, Robert Cray, Tyler Dohala, Stuart Perlow, Curtis Grantham, and Blaine Gunther. Not a huge offensive line, but very strong, very quick. There are your backs and receivers. Bo Suter's the slot back. Ryan Williams is the fullback. They give it to him, and there's nothing there. Tennessee stopped it in the middle. Justin Harrell, number 92, gets the tackle. A pickup of maybe a yard. It'll be third down and 5. Turk McBride and Antonio Reynolds start on the ends. Justin Harrell, Matt McLaughlin in the middle of that defensive front for Tennessee. Linebackers, Ryan Carl, Marvin Mitchell, and Gerard Mayo. The secondary, Wade, Stewart, Hefney, and Inky Johnson. Third down and 5. Crowd gets into it. Carney fakes, Takes it up the middle, gets a first down and then some as he crosses the 45. Finally stopped by Gerard Mayo and Jonathan Hefney, but he gets a first down.
Yeah, that's a good play by Carney. That's just a straight quarterback draw. He fakes rolling out to his left, lets his offensive lineman just cave the defensive line down, just cuts up through the line and makes the rest himself.
14-yard gain for Carney. First down for the Falcons at their own 47. Just underway from Knoxville. Man in motion is Hall. Carney keeps it, crosses midfield, gets about 5 as Turk McBride makes the tackle for Tennessee on Carney, who picks up 5. He's now carried twice for 19 yards.
Yeah, this is an offense that just gives you fits. There, he's reading the tackle. Tackle comes down hard, he pulls it and just follows him up through the hole. There's no pitch man there. That's either give it to the fullback or Carney keeps it right behind him.
Second down, about 5.5 for the Air Force. The line of scrimmage is the Tennessee 47. Carney keeps stopped at the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up a foot. Marvin Mitchell and Gerard Mayo cave him in at the 46. It'll be third down, about 4.5 yards for the Falcons coming up.
That's a good job by Mayo being out there, being where he's supposed to be. His man is the quarterback in that situation. He's got to cover him up because Inky Johnson or Hefney was coming up to take the pitch man. Mayo holds his ground, does a good job of getting Carney when he tries to cut back, makes a nice tackle.
Third down and 4. Big play for the Tennessee defense. The line of scrimmage, the Volunteer 46-yard line. In motion is Hall. He fakes the pitch. Good block by the fullback. Pass is caught down at the Tennessee 35. The receiver is Victor Thompson, and it's an Air Force first down after an 11-yard pickup.
Good bootleg play by Carney. He got out with the defensive end, got caught inside, faked the pitch, rolled right, had the drag pattern to Thompson coming across the field. Thompson only caught 6 passes last year. He's one of the new wide receivers in their system, but he got open across the football.
First down Falcons at the Tennessee 35. This drive started at the 28. Inside, the handoff goes to the fullback who breaks open for first down yardage inside the Tennessee 25. That's Ryan Williams, and Ryan Carl for the Volunteers stops him. He picks up 6. No, he got more than that. He got 11.
Oh, yeah, he went for the first down there, Randy. That's just a simple read play by the quarterback. He's reading the tackle. Somebody wasn't playing their responsibility there. Got out of position. When that happens, you got a smart quarterback like Carney is. He's going to give it to him, and he's going to have some running room.
First down Air Force. They picked up 3, moving from their 28 to the Tennessee 24. That's where they have the football right now. Ball in motion. Handoff. Carney fakes it, keeps it. Still on his feet. Carney first down inside the 10, down to the Tennessee 7. It'll be first down and goal for Air Force. Jonathan Hefney saved the touchdown for the Volunteers.
Carney to this point is making all the right reads, all the right decisions. Same play, fake to the fullback. That's either fullback or quarterback. He keeps it and puts on a beautiful move. Fakes a couple of guys out, then turns into fullback. Takes it down to the 7-yard line.
First down and goal to go. Air Force at the Tennessee 7. 65 yards, 8 plays, 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and it's not over yet. Carney keeps again. Carney to the 5, inside the 5, stopped by a host of orange shirts. Ryan Carl, the first to get to him, along with Antonio Reynolds.
The way Carney's playing to this point, the Vols are probably hoping that he just gets tired because he's carrying the ball every other time. Does a good job on the read, pulls it out, slips a little bit right in the hole for a short gain.
10th play of the drive. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Carney pitches to Hall. They string him out. Hall, touchdown Air Force. Chad Hall, a 5-yard run, and the Air Force makes it look very, very easy on their first possession of the season.
That's what the Air Force, so that's what that flex bone will do to you. They hit you in the middle. They hit you in the middle. The quarterback keeps it. They give it to the fullback. Then they run a guy in orbit motion and turn around and pitch it to him. When you're looking inside, he gets a little crack on the outside, goes into the end zone untouched.
6-0. Zach Sasser will attempt the extra point. And he made it. So it's 7-0 in favor of the Air Force. 9:32 to go in the first quarter, and there is a penalty marker on the play. And it's likely against Tennessee, and Air Force is going to decline it and take the point. They lead at 7-0. With 9:32 to go in the first quarter, Air Force has struck first as they have an impressive 12-play drive. As they go 72 yards. Here's the last 5. They lead it 7-0. Air Force leads it. Lucas Taylor, Demetrius Morley will receive the kick from Zach Sasser. Hits it high. This is Morley, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Morley stopped at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, well, Taylor was trying to get him to stay in the end zone, and Morley should have listened to him because he caught the ball about 4 yards deep, and only got the ball out to about the 12 or 13.
Bo Suter with a great block ahead of Chad Hall. Nobody had a chance to even touch him getting into the end zone.
No, like I said earlier, you get so used to him jamming you in the middle, and so that's where you're looking for the football, and all of a sudden, bam, they hit you outside.
Eric Ainge opens at quarterback for Tennessee, 11 of 18, under 300 yards, 4 TDs, and 1 pick. The fake, he rolls right, completes it. Pass caught. Still on his feet for a Tennessee first down is Austin Rogers. Austin Rogers with a pass reception good for 16 yards and a Tennessee first down. Aaron Sears, David Liggett, Michael Frog, Anthony Parker, and Eric Young start on the front for the Volunteers. Arian Foster, Cody Anderson in the backfield with Ainge. Your receivers, tight end Chris Brown, Jason Swain, Robert Meacham. And Austin Rogers was also in there. Handoff straight ahead. Huge hole. Foster very close to a first down for the Volunteers as he picks up at least 9. Foster with a carry, and Bobby Giannini gets the tackle. Here are your starters up front for the Falcons. Noah Gargiul, the defensive end. Gilberto Perez, Grant Thomas, and Josh Clayton up front. Drew Fowler, Joey Keller, and of course the Falcon is Julian Madrid. And in the secondary, Reebok, Brad Meeson, Giannini, and Chris Sutton. First down after a 10-yard pickup by Foster. Play action again. Ainge going deep down the sidelines. Got Meacham. Meacham's there. Out of bounds inside the 25 for a Tennessee first down. Meacham with a great reception on an almost perfect throw from Eric Ainge.
Almost perfect. That was perfect, Randy. Good play action by Ainge to hold everybody in. He had Austin Rogers coming across the middle of the field open, but he knew what he wanted. He wanted Meacham deep down the right sideline, who beat that cornerback, had a step on him, beat Chris Sutton, and he lays it in there. Couldn't lay it in there any better. Meacham makes a nice catch.
That coming from a former quarterback. I should have known. Yes. 44 yards on the reception from Ainge to Meacham. Tennessee first down at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Ainge gives it to Foster. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Drew Fowler made the tackle. He was the first white shirt to hit Arian Foster.
You're going to see Air Force probably bring some blitz in this area. They brought the blitz from the other side with what they call their Falcon guy, which is essentially a strong safety linebacker. He came from the right side. Fowler came from the left and bottled that thing up.
Gain of 1, second down 9. Foster on the sweep, gets in trouble, stopped for a yard loss. So Tennessee now faced with 3rd and 11. Foster the carrier. Chris Sutton, who was burned on that pass play to Meacham a moment ago, made the tackle. And he loses 2.
Well, Foster gets pushed outside, He wanted to, that was supposed to go off tackle, but he got pushed outside, had no help, and Sutton was right there to make the play and converted on it.
3rd down 11 after the 2-yard loss by Foster. Big play coming up for Tennessee. Air Force leads at 7-0. Ames dropping back over the middle. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Robert Meacham. And it'll be 4th down and 11, and the field goal unit comes in.
Not a bad throw by Ames, just straight drop back. Didn't see a lot of that last week in a hook pattern past the sticks by Meacham. He threw the ball a little bit to the outside. I think if he'd have led Meacham away from that defender, it would have been an easier catch. But as it was, I still think he should have caught the football.
James Wilhoit, as you see, the SEC active scoring leader, 234 points, attempting his first field goal of the year. It's from 35 yards, and he nailed it. Tennessee stopped at the 18-yard line, but they still get 3 on the 35-yard field goal by James Wilhoit. And with 7 minutes exactly to be played in the first quarter, Air Force leads Tennessee 7-3. Tennessee with a trailing Air Force 7-3 with exactly 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll see if they've made the right adjustments in just a moment. Kicking it off after he kicked a 35-yard field goal to put Tennessee on the board here in the first quarter. 7-3 Air Force. And Wilhoit kicks it high, kicks it very deep. It's about 5 yards into the end zone, and that's where they will leave Jim Ollis with a fair catch, actually with a touchback. And Air Force 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, here's the foul. Here's Carney doing what he does, just faking the ball and keeping it himself, putting on moves, eluding people, and getting down the field. Here, they just pitched the ball out, and they got us looking inside. Goes into the end zone untouched.
1st down and 10. Falcons from their own 20 to start their second possession. 6:44 to go in the first quarter. Air Force leads it 7-3. Carney with a keeper. He's stacked inside the 20-yard line. A loss of a yard. Gerard Mayo was there to hammer him with some help. Antonio Reynolds also there to hit him, and it's a loss of a yard. 2nd down.
Yeah, Matt McLaughlin just blew up the fullback. Carney had no choice but to keep the ball, but Mayo shoots through. He's not going to wait for Carney to make a move on him. He's on coming to get you. He did, and he got a little help from the outside from Reynolds.
Loss of about a foot, they say. It's about 2nd down and 11. Carney, 2 receivers right. Straight drop, penalty marker down, pass caught, oh my! And he is hammered by Gerard Mayo. The receiver was Ryan Williams coming out of the backfield, and Gerard Mayo just laid the wood to him at the 15.
I think, I hate to say it, but I believe that's going to go against us. We might have been offsides. Yes, we were. So that play, that big hit goes for naught.
Offside. Deep end.
And there you
Number
see
92. 5-yard penalty. Down is still 2.
And Mayo just laid the wood, and Eric Haynes, he liked that. Of course, he doesn't like it when they do it to him, but in that case, he loved it. But it all went for naught. Air Force is set up with 1st and 5 at the 25-yard line. No, 2nd and 5. I'm sorry.
2nd down. Went from a 2-yard loss to a 5-yard gain. Inside, the handoff to Williams out near the 30. He's close to the 1st down. I don't think he got it. And one of the Tennessee players lost a helmet. Marvin Mitchell, Gerard Mayo make the tackle. 4-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and short for the Falcons.
Yeah, Williams is running the ball hard up through there. Did a good job of just busting that thing through, breaking a few tackles. He's not a tall guy. Goes about 5'9", but he's 215, 220 pounds, low to the ground, hard guy to tackle.
Big play, 3rd and 1 on the 29. Carney, pitch back. Oh! And dragging him down at the 31. Inky Johnson made the tackle, but not before. Chad Hall gets the Air Force 1st down.
That play was successful because Antoine Stewart was in perfect position to make that play, and Victor Thompson just laid him out from the blind side. Gave Hall a chance to get up past the sticks.
Air Force now 3 out of 3 in third down conversions. First down and 10 from the Falcon 32-yard line. There's Inky Johnson, 6 tackles last week against California. Plenty of time. Pass caught. First down, Air Force, the receiver. Chad Hall coming out of the backfield as Carney had all day. A 10-yard pickup.
Well, Carney faked that pitch and then dropped back. Looking downfield, Air Force did a good job of knocking the defensive lineman down, giving him plenty of time. The guy that faked the pitch got outside. That's Hall. Got a little step on Mayo and then got up past the sticks, or right at him.
10-yard pickup. First down again for the Air Force. They have dominated this clock. 4:01 to go in the first quarter.
I think you got that first down too, it looks like. Maybe not.
Yep,
Yes,
got it. It's at the Air Force 42. The nose of that football is just shy of the 42, but it is a first down.
Well, Air Force is doing a great job of being efficient. That's what you want out of offense, especially an offense like this. You have to be efficient. You have to be on time. And they're doing an excellent job of that. And they've got Tennessee off balance at this point.
First down and 10. The crowd trying to spur the Volunteers on. They have not been able to stop Air Force yet. Williams, they got him right there. Loss of a yard. Tennessee caught up with him. Justin Harrell from his defensive tackle spot was the first man to get to him. That's a loss of a little bit. About a yard. It'll be second down and 11.
Yeah, Williams takes the ball up, tried to get up in the hole, but Harrell was right there. He shed his block that time. Didn't let the guy come down and seal him inside. He meets him in the backfield.
Second down, 11. Tennessee had him in the same situation a couple of plays ago. Air Force calling an audible. And now they call timeout. Timeout charge to the Air Force with 2:57 to go in the first quarter.
Well, Carney got caught short of time there, and then the crowd saw that he was trying to audible. They tried to get in the game, make it a little louder, and Carney finally knew they couldn't hear him, so he had to call timeout.
We'll take a timeout with them. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Air Force leading Tennessee 7-3. Second down, 11. 7-3. The Air Force Academy with the lead. Look at that rushing rate. 67-9. In motion, Hall. Carney keeps it. Picks up a couple and not much more. Marvin Mitchell makes the tackle after about a 4-yard pickup. So it will now be 3rd and 7.
See, that's a great example of what Carney gives you. Tennessee played that very well. They took the fullback away. Mitchell's there. He's there for the quarterback. He overruns him just one step, and Carney makes him pay, cuts back in. It's not big, but it's 4 yards. It sets you up, 3rd and 6. It keeps you on schedule.
3rd and 6. Tennessee needs a stop here. 3rd and 7. Hall in motion. Carney back to pass. They have a man wide open at the 40, at the 30, the Tennessee 20-yard line. First down and 10 for the Falcons. Bo Suter. And Carney just laid that ball in there. Beautiful.
He did. He's getting good protection. Tennessee brought a little pressure, but Air Force handled it pretty well. He had a short roll to the left, had a guy in his face, but got Suter. They lost Suter up the hash mark. He found him. Perfect pass for a big first down.
Antoine Stewart finally drug him down, but not after a 35-yard gain. First down and 10. Air Force at the Tennessee 20. Carney calling an audible. 1:43. Clock is moving. Rest of time. Air Force may have jumped. Tennessee's got him back at the 25. That's a loss of about 5. Jonathan Hefney, the first to get to him. It's a loss on the play of at least 3.
And that's what you needed there. We looked like a lot of people moved in that interior line, but there's no flags on the field. Fake to the fullback. He came out, had nothing to do. I believe his pitch man went the wrong way. He was looking to pitch that football. There was nobody there except Hefney, and he took him down.
Ryan Carl, rather than Jonathan Hefney, made the tackle. Big play by Carl, who made several last week. Loss of 3, second down, 13. Carney fakes. They cave in on him. He gets away, but not. Mayo almost had him. Finally hit after a good gain inside the Tennessee 20. Xavier Mitchell made the tackle, but not before he picks up 7.
Yeah, Carney is extremely elusive. He dropped back, and we got good pressure. Flushed him out of the pocket. And one of our fastest defensive players, Gerard Mayo, he's out there. He's got a beat on him. He ducks under the arm tackle, takes it up, and gets about 6 more yards. Still got a 3rd and 7, but that could have been 3rd and 12 very easily.
3rd down 7. Big play coming up for Tennessee. 9 plays, 64 yards. They've eaten up almost 6.5 minutes. Handoff, Williams. First down inside the 10-yard line. So good is this offensive front despite their lack of size. Marvin Mitchell makes the tackle, but Air Force has it 1st and goal at the Tennessee 9-yard line.
Well, what they do, you know, they're undersized, but they don't ever take you on head up. Everything's angle blocks. You know, they're coming at angles and cutting, and it takes away the aggressiveness of your defensive front. They've always got people chopping at their knees and whatnot. Tennessee's going to have to find an answer.
Well, they won't find it in the first quarter because that quarter has come to a close. Air Force leads Tennessee 7-3, and the Falcons are threatening to put more on the board here at Neyland Stadium. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Carney hands it off. Williams straight ahead. Williams to the 5. Ryan Carl hits him at the 5-yard line.
Well, they give you all that wide open look and then hand it to the fullback. I mean, there's just nothing conventional about this offense to this point.
4-yard gain down to the 5. It'll be second down and goal for the Air Force. They lead at 7-3. Usually just started the second period of play. And don't you know, Eric Ainge is just chomping at the bit to get his hands on the football, but he can't because Carney's got it. Carney hands to Williams again. Nothing there. They stop him. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 5. J.T. Mapu makes the tackle for the Volunteers.
And this is a big, big play for the Tennessee defense. 3rd and 5. If you're the defense that you think you are and everybody else that you've shown last week, this is a stop you make. You shut them down, make them go for 3.
The line of scrimmage is the 4.5-yard line. 3rd down. I'd put Gerard Mayo on Carney, and I wouldn't let him even look at anybody else right here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Randy. You better watch number 5.
Carney dropping back. They're coming after him. And they're going to get him. He tries to throw the football away. And he's out of the pocket, so not going to be intentional grounding, but credit Tennessee's Marvin Mitchell with putting the heat on Sean Carney.
Well, just when Tennessee needed a play, senior linebacker Mitchell shoots through. Carney tries to run the bootleg. Tennessee wasn't fooled, and Mitchell shows his speed, catching Carney on the outside. Almost had him for a sack, but Carney got rid of it to save a few yards.
Zach Sasser will attempt the field goal, which is just a little more than an extra point. It'll be a 22-yarder for Sasser. The kick is away, and it is good. So Tennessee has to feel a little better, even though they gave up points. They have to feel a little better that they didn't give up a touchdown right there when they had it 1st and goal at the 9.
Well, they needed to stop in the worst way.
13:31 to go in the first half. Air Force leading Tennessee 10-3. First quarter stats for the game. All right. 86 yards for the Air Force. Tennessee with 9 on the ground. Tennessee has actually 4 more yards passing. Third down conversions, that's a big key. 5 out of 5 for the Air Force. The Volunteers 0 for 1. The time of possession 12:28 to 2:32. Unbelievable. Zach Sasser is going to kick it off. Tennessee, they're going to kick a high kick. It's going to be taken with a fair catch at the 25 by the Volunteers, number 28, Chris Brown.
Well, there you go. Carney handing it off to the fullback, taking it straight up the middle for some hard yards. And there's Carney breaking loose to the outside. Eluding Gerard Mayo, getting up the field so he can do this. Hand to his fullback up the middle again.
Tennessee's second offensive possession. Quick hitter out to the left. Austin Rogers gets good yardage out to the 35. That's a pickup of about 8 yards on the play. On the pass completion from Eric Ames to Austin Rogers, who caught the first pass of the day.
And this has to be Austin Rogers' first start in college. Last week they talked he wasn't even really going to be in the rotation. He ended up playing quite a bit outside of his punt return duties. He's caught 2 nice balls tonight.
Second down 1. Tennessee stacked up. They give it straight ahead, trying to play power football. Austin Rogers gets the call. Don't know if he got it. It's going to be close. He needed 1 yard. He got real close to that.
That's a new formation by Tennessee. They had 2 linemen in the backfield as blocking backs in that situation. Couldn't tell who they were. I believe that was Richard, somebody else in the backfield. Ended up handing it to the tailback, and as we see right now, they're bringing out the chains to.
I think they got it.
See if there's any chicken left on this bone.
Whether they get it or not, there's not going to be any chicken left, I guarantee you. But they did get it. How about my eyesight?
There you go.
First down, Tennessee. They picked up the yard they needed. And they're at their own 36. Eric Ames brings his team out. Arian Foster is in at tailback. 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Volunteers. Ames, play action, actually gives it straight ahead. That's Foster, who picks up 4. Out to the 40-yard line. What Tennessee needs is a long drive and a touchdown right here.
They need a touchdown, period. You know, whether it's long, short, or whatnot. Last play, they lined up Anderson out wide as a wide receiver, brought him back in motion to block. You see Foster there on the counter play, taking it to the backside for a nice 4-yard gain.
Second down 6 for Tennessee at the 40. Ames, quick drop, pass caught. First down, Chris Brown, the receiver. He gets the first down, crossing the 45 and goes out of bounds. 8-yard pickup. They mark the football at the Tennessee 48-yard line.
Yeah, this is one of the oldest pass plays in football. 3-step drop, tight end in the flat, and a slant in behind him. If the safety stays back, you hit the tight end in the flat. That's just what Eric Ames did.
First down, Ames gives it to Foster. Wasn't much there, but he made a little chicken salad there because there's a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, there you go. Air Force did a nice job of coming up and forcing that play, holding Foster to a relatively short gain.
Grant Thomas made the tackle. 2-yard pickup. Second down and 8 right from midfield. I formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Ames. Second and 8. Ames, plenty of time over the middle, caught and dropped. That's an incomplete pass inside the 35. Austin Rogers had it and then dropped it. It'll be 3rd and long for the Volunteers at midfield.
Nice pass by Ames. He had Austin Rogers running a deep square in out of the slot position. Ames waited for him to clear the linebackers and hit him right in stride. just couldn't hang on. Took a good shot by Giannini as the ball got there, and as a result dropped it.
Ainge 4 out of 6 today as an Air Force player, I think, is down. The 4 out of 6 he's completed. The 2 that have been incomplete have been right in their hands, and they dropped. One by Chris Brown, and then the other by Austin Rogers.
Well, he's been sharp to this point, but the problem you got now is just like the last drive, Randy, we were moving the football pretty good, and then you get a 3rd and long, or we're set at 3rd and 8.5 here. So those are not ideal 3rd down situations.
We'll take a timeout there. Attending to Noah Garjul, the 6'5 junior. Defensive end on the field. We'll take a break. 10:56 to go. Air Force with the lead. Get back to the football basics every Friday night on CSS with live high school football. Pregame coverage begins at 7 o'clock Eastern, spotlighting top prep players and teams from all over the Southeast. Then stay tuned for the live CSS high school game of the week, followed by the CSS post-game show with scores and updates from around the region only on CSS. Tennessee faced with a 3rd down and 8. And Tennessee is 0 for 1 in 3rd down conversions. So do you think Air Force might blitz here 3rd and long?
I don't know. They do a lot of blitzing, but in the middle of the field, it wouldn't surprise me to see them sit back, play coverage, try and keep everything in front of them. It's one of those situations. Tennessee only had 1 3rd and long last week. They've already got 2.
Hardesty and Anderson are the setbacks along with Ainge. Ainge back to throw. They're coming after him. His pass is caught at the 40. First down, Tennessee. And that's Jason Swain with a reception. On a 3rd and 8, Swain steps up and catches one for 11 yards and a volunteer first down.
Just a good choice by Ainge. He saw the double coverage on the left side. Knew he had single on the right. Swain just runs a deep stop pattern right in front of the cornerback, Nathan Smith. Catches it past the sticks and keeps the ball moving.
First down inside the Air Force 40. Tennessee, they give it inside. The running back is Montario Hardesty, who gets good yardage. A big hole opened. He picks up 7.
Just a straight handoff up the middle. Got a good block by Anthony Parker, caving down the nose guard to open up that hole for Hardesty. First chance he's got to run the football tonight.
Had 56 yards and 5 carries last week against California. 2nd down and about 3 after a 7-yard pickup by Hardesty. The line of scrimmage is the 33 of Air Force. Ainge hands to Foster. And actually that's Corey Anderson, the fullback. Never could get going. Stopped for a yard gain maybe. Anderson picked it up, and Tennessee again faced with a 3rd down.
That appeared to just be a play to try and catch Air Force off guard, because Anderson's not the guy that you hand the football to expecting to gain a lot of yards. No blocking out on the outside. There's nobody to account for the defender, Josh Raybold, and he comes up and makes a tackle.
3rd down and 2. I formation behind Ainge. They give it straight ahead. Hardesty's got the first down. Cuts back to the right inside the 30 of 25 and out of bounds at the 23. Montario Hardesty finally pushed out by Bobby Giannini after an 8-yard pickup and another Tennessee first down.
And good run by Hardesty. Looked like he almost took himself out of the first down. He got through the line of scrimmage, got past the sticks, then all of a sudden put on the brakes, decided to take it east and west instead of north and south. Did a good job of showing some speed there, eluding the guy and getting to the sideline.
Out of bounds at the 22. Tennessee with the 11th play of this drive. It's a first down for the Volunteers. Ainge gives it to Hardesty. Power football to the left and nothing doing. They chase him down and drop him for no gain. John Raybold from his Falcon position in the secondary makes the tackle.
Well, Raybold was out there, but Corey Anderson was too, and he just kind of cut inside the fullback's block. Hardesty, he thought Anderson was going to have him. He was trying to get to the outside. Anderson misses. Raybold doesn't.
Loss of about a half a yard back to the 23. It'll be 2nd down 11. 3 receivers wide for Tennessee. Into motion is Corey Anderson. Ainge. Rolling right, throwing, caught at the 15-yard line. And doing a great job of hanging on to that football was Chris Brown. He picks up about 8. Down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, nice bootleg by Ainge. Comes out to the right side, gets a little pressure. Chris Brown is running the drag pattern. He's covered very well, and Ainge puts it right on the money. Brown takes a nice shot, as you said, but hung on for the nice first down. Or, well, I'd take it, not a first down, but for the good gain.
It'll be 3rd down and 3. The numbers for Ainge, 6 out of 8, and the 2 that he had incomplete were both dropped. Ainge, quick drop, plenty of time, throws the pass high, caught by Swain, spins away, inside the 10's got the first down. Jason Swain, Tennessee at the 10-yard line. It was 3rd and 3. He picks up 5 and another volunteer first down.
Great catch by Swain on the outside, and great protection by the offensive line. Eric Ainge is looking across the middle. Comes down to his 3rd guy outside is Swain, and he throws it high. He does a great job of going up and rebounding that ball and taking it up past the sticks.
Drew Fowler made the tackle. Ainge now has over 100 yards passing, and they can get a first down without scoring. Inside the 10 goes Arian Foster, picks up about 3. Garrett Reebok makes the stop. And he didn't get out of bounds, though I thought he did. The clock is moving, 6:55 to go.
Yeah, it looked like they had something there. Got a good block by Anthony Parker out there pulling it. The only problem was that Reebok beat the block of Jason Swain on the outside.
Arian Foster back in the backfield, along with David Holbert at fullback. They give it to Foster straight ahead inside the 5. Foster down to the 4, maybe the 3. We'll see. Drew Fowler made the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down for Tennessee at the 4-yard line. And Foster comes off the field with a little limp.
Yeah, he's not walking too bad, but that's not a good sign for Tennessee. Good hole up front. Foster gets hit just about a yard past the line of scrimmage by Fowler, but does a good job of gaining 3 on his own.
16th play of the drive coming up for the Volunteers. 3rd down. They can get a first down. Why not get a touchdown? Big Orange. Robert Meacham. 4 yards from Eric Ainge, and the Volunteers are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Just a nice, quick, short out route to Meacham on the right side. He cut his split down to give himself plenty of room. He's covered out there by Chris Sutton, their best cornerback. Didn't cover him tight enough. Let him just pretty much go wide open. That's just a nice, easy 6 points.
Meacham with a grab. Will Hoyt will kick. Casey Woods will hold. He nails it. And it's a 10-10 game. 5:47 to go in the first half. The Volunteers have finally caught the Falcons, and they've tied the game at 10-10. And we'll be back to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville in just a moment.
You know, it gave him a chance to have a good period of time to sit over there with Johnny Chavis and his defensive staff to go over any type of adjustments and really coach him up a little bit for this drive.
16 plays, 74 yards. Air Force had the ball for 8:23. Tennessee's last drive over 7.5 minutes. When you think about it, we are 5:47 left in the first half. Each team has had the ball twice. At the 1-yard line, Jim Olive straight up the middle. He is blasted down inside the 15. My goodness, Marvin Mitchell. A 14-yard return, and Mitchell and Ben Green nailed it.
Well, here's a look at Tennessee's drive. Eric Ainge rolling right, doing a good job of catching Brown coming across the field. Then a high throw, nice catch by Swain out on the outside. Then comes back with an easy little 3-yard touchdown pass for Robert Meacham.
Well, the crowd is on its feet. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Carney straight ahead. Williams first down past the 30-yard line. He hits that hole so quickly. Let's go down to Mike Stoll, who's going to give us a report on Arian Foster. Mike?
Yeah, Randy, we're just watching the offense gather. We're going over reviews. Arian Foster goes off into the locker room, had his shoe off, had his sock off. It looks like they might go back in and tape his ankle. Not sure as the extent of the injury or if it's just a tweak or whatever, but he is in the locker room right now getting that ankle retaped. Randy, back to you.
All right, thank you, Mike. 17-yard gain by Williams. Carney calling a changing to play at the 33. First down. Handoff Williams. Actually, Carney keeps it inside the 30-yard line. Gerard Mayo hitting for a big loss, and that is a big play on first down.
Yeah, that's a big play. Push him back a little bit. Same play they've been running. It sounds monotonous, but they faked to the fullback. They blasted him. He comes out. Mayo's got the quarterback, and he comes fast. Takes Carney down before he has a chance to put any type of move on.
About a 2-yard loss altogether. The attendance tonight, 105,466. Second down, 12. Carney. There's a draw. Williams. Hit inside the 40. Short of the first down. Chad Hall on the draw play. Not Ryan Williams, but Chad Hall.
Chad Hall.
Good game.
Yeah, he just sitting in the backfield. Carney slips him the ball. Got pretty good lane to run in. Takes it up the field. Gets a good chunk of that yardage back. Did get the first down, but something positive put him in third short. An opportunity to make a first down.
Third down, 4. Carney. Williams smacked down at the 37. Marvin Mitchell clocked the middle up, and it's fourth down and 5.
Yeah, Tennessee did just what you asked for, Randy. They got the stop that they needed. Mitchell does a great job shooting the gap up the middle. Williams had been gashing him tonight. Not that time. Mitchell hits him right in the face, and now we got our first punt of the night.
Jonathan Hepney was the guy that helped out right there. In fact, he's going to be back standing at the 24. Chris Karp with the first punt of the day. Hepney to the 20. Cuts back to the left. Great block. Penalty marker down. Somebody's going to clip at the 25.
Well, the side judge threw that flag real late, and the official right on the play let it go. Apparently the side judge had a different view or felt like he just wanted to get rid of some laundry in his pocket, because I believe we're going to get caught for a clip.
Nope, going to wave it off. They had to think about it. That's good officiating. And by the way, this is a Mountain West crew. Rich Cullen, your referee, as you see him right there. And there are the other guys. So Tennessee has it first down and 10 at the 25.
Yeah, Hepney does a good job of running around, making people miss. There's the block that I believe they threw the flag on. And
he was around in front.
Yeah, he was in good shape.
Draw play. Hardesty. Pretty good yardage. 5, maybe 6 yards. Josh Clayton makes the tackle on Hardesty after a pickup of about 4.
Well, the secondary for Air Force is really coming up fast when Tennessee's running back cut that thing to the outside. That time, cornerback came up. Hardesty did a good job eluding him.
Pass caught. First down. Caught by Austin Rogers out near the 35. That's about a 38-yard line. Drew Fowler makes the tackle, but not before the reception to Rogers gives Tennessee a first down. Under 2 minutes to go now in the first half.
And Tennessee's in a little bit of a hurry-up mode here. They're getting right back on the football. Eric Gaines is relaying the play.
Quick drop. Pass caught. Hardesty. Little shake and bake. Hardesty out. near midfield. He's going to be short of the first down, but he's going to pick up 9 yards. Drew Fowler makes the tackle for the Falcons. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
And Tennessee's going to call timeout.
1:32 to go in the first half. Timeout, Tennessee.
Eric was really fortunate on that play. He was coming back, looking down the field, decided to come out to Hardesty. The linebacker is standing right there, and he throws it almost in his helmet. And I think it took him by surprise because it just went right over the top of his helmet. Hardesty makes the catch and takes it up the field. That could have gone the other way very easily.
Tennessee calls timeout after the 9-yard pickup by Hardesty. It'll be 1:32 to go. Let's go down to Mike Stoll on the sideline. Mike?
Hey, Randy, on the sidelines, we saw the defense early on. Ryan Carl got up and said, hey, guys, we're going to look at this wishbone a lot more. We're going to adjust to it better. We're going to get a feel for the handoffs. We're going to get a feel for the fakes. And once we do, we're going to start stopping them. You've seen that series. They're starting to shorten things up, getting a better feel. But I tell you what, Randy, the offensive line is picking things up, and there's a really positive mood right now. They know they're in for a 60-minute battle. But Randy, they are really ready to play this game.
1:32 left. Plenty of time with the football lying just shy of midfield. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Well, I don't think you're going to see Ains go deep down the field, but you'll see him throw a lot of short stuff or hand the ball off.
To Hardesty. Hardesty almost broke that one. He does get a first down. It was 2nd and 1. He picks up about 7. Drew Fowler knocks him out of bounds. That stops the clock with 1:24 to be played in the first half. 10-yard pickup by Montario Hardesty.
Well, Sears did a good job of sealing off the left side of the line, giving Hardesty a chance to turn that corner and get up to the first down.
Ains first down, back to throw. Caught at the 30. First down, Volunteers. Ains is right on the money.
Yeah,
Robert Meacham made the catch.
That's a rifle shot, too. I mean, that's a big-time throw. Hits his 5th step. Meacham turns in. He hits it right in the face with a football, just like he drew it up.
Clock moving, 1:11 to go. Tennessee with a first down inside the 30. Ains back to throw. Pass caught inside the 10. First down, Tennessee. Robert Meacham again with a grab, and the Volunteers, with under a minute to go, are threatening to take the lead.
Yeah, Eric's cooking a little bit now. He wanted to come to the right side with that ball. Came off the secondary receiver, which was the crossing pattern. Hit him right in stride.
Under a minute to go. 20-yard pickup on the reception from Ains to Meacham. First down, goal. Straight ahead. To the 5 goes Hardesty. Hardesty and Foster are the only running backs we've seen, but Tennessee really hasn't had that many opportunities today. This is their 3rd possession of the game, and Air Force has had 3, and we're almost through the first half.
Well, Tennessee needs to call timeout. Well, somebody called timeout.
They did. The clock was moving. Air Force called the time. It's at the 5. There's Robert Meacham. 4 catches, 82 yards. He's averaging over 20 yards a carry, and he's caught a touchdown.
Yeah, he's picking up right where he left off last week. Caught 180, I believe it was 182 yards worth of passes last week with 5 catches. His average is obviously down from that, but 20.5 is nothing to sneeze at. Tennessee got a break right there with Air Force calling timeout. They look like, for the first time this season, a little discombobulated, like they didn't know whether they wanted to call timeout or what they wanted to call. They ended up wasting about 15 seconds there.
Tennessee still has 2 timeouts left. Air Force has 1 after they called that one. So the Volunteers, you can do a lot with 33 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Well, see, that's why I couldn't understand why after that last play they didn't immediately call timeout, since they had the 1 left that they needed to kick the field goal if they had to.
Tennessee with the football. The line of scrimmage is the 5-yard line. It's 2nd down and goal. Tennessee would love to punch one in here and take the lead at halftime. You know, it's been a great football game. Yeah, it really has.
A lot of offense, that's for sure. You know, it's some good hitting, but a lot of really good sustained drives, that type of thing, and good passing on both sides. A lot of good running by Air Force.
2nd and goal. 3 receivers left. 1 setback with Ainge. Ainge back to throw. Throws it into the end zone. Touchdown! Big Orange! Jason Swain from Eric Ainge for 5 yards, and the Volunteers have taken the first lead of the game for them. It's 16-10.
Nice throw by Ainge. Nice concept by Tennessee. They had 3 guys on that side. 2 went to the inside. The outside guy ran a little stop and a really short square in. The quarterback, you can't get caught on his outside shoulder like that. You have to play him from the inside. You play on the outside, it's going to be a sure touchdown. Easy throw by Ainge.
Will Hoyt will try to make it 17-10, and he does. 28 seconds to go in the first half. Tennessee has its first lead of the game, 17-10 over the Air Force. And with 28 seconds, and one thing you can say about a Wishbone team, if you can get a lead of double digits on them, it's hard to come back with the Wishbone offense because it takes so long and they use so much time. It's not a comeback offense.
It's not a comeback offense. Now their offense is not exactly a Wishbone. You know, they call it the flex bone where they can throw more out of it, but they don't have a sophisticated passing game. You're right. So they have to stay in the game or stay close or be ahead.
Coach David Cutcliffe, who I would say when you look at Cutcliffe and John Chavis, there are no 2 finer assistant coaches in college football than those 2.
No, they're great guys. What Chief has done here speaks for itself. He always puts good defenses on the field. David Cutcliffe had great success here, and then went on to Ole Miss and had success there, and has come back and has rejuvenated this offense and got it looking like they used to look like.
Will Hoyt will kick it. Hollis and Ty Pappett, number 19, back deep to receive it for the Falcons with 28 seconds to go. And he hits it almost through the uprights. First down and 10. Volunteers will watch as Air Force takes over at their own 20 with 23 seconds to go. 8 plays, 75 yards, 208. Let's look at the touchdown from Ainge to Swain.
Little shotgun, short square into Swain. He's wide open. Those are easy completions and fun touchdowns.
Well, Tennessee has looked awfully sharp offensively. Clock is moving, and I would assume Air Force is just going to let it run.
Well, we haven't talked about this, but we get caught up talking about quarterbacks and receivers. Protection has been tremendous. Ainge has had a lot of time to go off his first guy to the second guy to the third guy and complete a lot of those footballs.
Just as he did last week. Well, Air Force runs out the clock. And as we go to the locker rooms at halftime, Tennessee has come back from an early deficit to take a 17-10 lead over the Air Force Academy here at halftime at Neyland Stadium. 106,000 fans on hand, happy with the first half, but might be a little concerned. But keep in mind, Tennessee has the football to start the second half. We're at halftime. Volunteers lead at 17-10. We'll be back to chat with Coach Bruce Pearl right after this. Tennessee leads at 17-10 over the Air Force Academy, Pat. And how important would it be for Tennessee to take the ball the second half, score, put them up 2 touchdowns with the Air Force?
Well, just from what you were just talking about before, they run the flex bone or wishbone. That is not a comeback offense. You get 2 to 3 touchdowns up, it takes them out of what they want to do, and that's run the football. 17-10 your score here at halftime. We'll talk a little more football a little bit later on in the broadcast, but right now let's talk a little basketball. Coach Bruce Pearl has put out a DVD called Turn Up the Heat. Here's this clip.
as we start things in the first half. The opening tap controlled by the Gators, and Horford gets it, heads it back to Torian Green. Clock. Green goes left, drives in the lane, kicks it back out. It's intercepted by Dane Bradshaw. Good anticipation. He gives to Watson. Watson drives to the basket, lays it up and in.
Bob, that's a great start for Tennessee. Good steal by Bradshaw, but it was good to see CJ go so hard to the basket and get that first one to go for him.
Jawan Smith drives into the lane. Jawan Smith kicks it off. Bradshaw from the right corner. His three is good.
Big bucket right there. Nice penetration by Jawan.
15-12. Tennessee down 3. Florida with the ball. 13 minutes to go on the half.
Tennessee's hanging tough.
Tennessee now 2 of 4 from three-point range. Humphrey, top of the key with a signal on him. Throws the pass inside. Richard gets it with 2 hands and slams it. Bradshaw looks, still looks, throws the pass. It's deflected. Lofton, though, gets it in the corner. Fires a long 3. Woo! Good. A rainbow from the corner. Chris Lofton.
Man, what a shot.
32-23, Gators' biggest lead. And now a steal by Noah. Noah at midcourt gets it, throws down and slams it. A vicious slam by Joakim Noah.
He's the difference in the game right now. He's everywhere.
36-25, Tennessee brings the ball inbounds, and now Florida trapping out of a half court. Bradshaw, top of the key, throws the ball back out front to Watson. Watson gives to Patterson, now to Bradshaw. Left side, Watson holds it again. Top of the key, Lofton gets a look, fires top of the circle and hits.
And that's a great play there. It was a set play to get Lofton a shot at the top of the key, and it worked perfectly.
36-28. Florida breaks the press, gets to front court. Green open, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound banged in the corner. Bradshaw gets it. Now Dane Bradshaw dribbles it up, bounce past Lofton, open again, left wing, incoming, and he hits.
Money. You get back quick.
Lofton back-to-back three-pointers, and Tennessee's cut it to 5. Bradshaw gets it into Watson. He's double-teamed on the baseline, and he dribbled the ball out of bounds. He dribbled the ball out of bounds on the trap under the basket. Watson got no help as Bradshaw got it into him, and there was nobody there for Watson. Big Noah was down there, and he couldn't throw over the top, and he dribbled the ball out of bounds.
They just bugged CJ, looked to me like.
69-66, Florida gets it inbounds. Tennessee up by 3. Here's Brewer, gets it off left side. Green a 3, rattles, no, tip, no. Noah going after it. Watson gets it on the baseline. He throws an elbow into Noah, and then the ball goes out of bounds off Watson, and Noah is down.
Yeah,
Watson caught him right in the face.
Yeah, he clocked him.
69-66. Brewer to bring it inbounds, throws away out front to Horford. 69-66, Tennessee under 2 minutes to go on the game. Tennessee going for the SEC Eastern Division Championship. A victory tonight seals it. Green holds it top of the key, lobs it inside to Horford. Horford working against Bradshaw, can't score. Gives it out to Green, left side, Brewer open for 3. Tie game.
That's a money shot right there by Brewer.
93 seconds to play. Jawan Smith tries to answer, and he does from the corner.
72-69.
What a game.
This game getting down to the latter stages, and what a big one by Jawan Smith.
Brewer brings it inbounds, does so to Horford in the corner, back to Brewer. Brewer's going to fire another 3. No good this time. Horford goes up for the rebound. Gives to Humphrey. His 3 to tie. Good. Top of the key.
First shot he's made. Man, that hurts.
Humphrey hits it to tie it at 72. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. 37 seconds to go on the game clock. Watson out by midcourt, gets a pick from Patterson, hands it back to Jawan Smith. Jawan Smith, top of the key, now he drives. Dishes the pass underneath, stolen by Horford. Now Florida has the ball. Florida has a chance to win on the last possession. Florida will bring it across the line. And now Billy Donovan takes a timeout.
There's 18 seconds left to go, and we managed to have that thing in a tie situation, and it's Florida basketball. They'd scored a few times in a row. I just did not want to let them have the ball at the end, and so we made a play.
Here's Brewer working to get the ball in bounds, still works, and throws the pass, almost intercepted. It is intercepted. Bradshaw lays it up and in. Bradshaw steals the ball on the inbounds at the top of the key, spins it, and Tennessee leads it 74-72.
Major Wingate pressed up on the ball, all the guys matched up with their guys, and then he threw the ball to Dane Bradshaw. And obviously the rest is history. And Bob, your call of that steal and that basket reminiscent of when Havlicek stole the ball and Johnny Most was on the call for the Boston Celtics. That play, that call will also go down in Tennessee history.
But you know, you talk about in that scenario, most teams would say, okay, let's drop back, let's make sure they don't hit a 3, let's be cautious, don't make a mistake here. You took the opposite. You went after them. You attacked them.
Well, and you know what? Half the time that strategy is going to work, and half the time it's not. And when it does work, you're a genius. And when it doesn't work, you should have been more conservative. And it's okay. But it was a consistent message I gave the players all season long. And I did feel strongly that at the end on the road, I just didn't want Florida to have that last shot. And we took it out of their hands.
Tennessee is going to win the SEC Eastern Division Championship. The Gators will bring it in. Tennessee won't guard them. They'll let them shoot. Humphrey bombs away from midcourt. No good. The buzzer barks. Tennessee wins its 20th game of the season, but more importantly, the Volunteers have won the SEC Eastern Division Championship.
You are the most intense team out there.
Ball Network Home Entertainment proudly presents Tennessee Basketball. Turn up the heat on DVD.
Go, 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 go.
The video story of Bruce Pearl and the 2006 Tennessee Basketball Vols, SEC Eastern Division champs.
You see how crazy I get?
Tennessee Basketball 2006. Turn up the heat on DVD with tons of bonus features. Presented by the Natural Gas Utilities and Pipeline Companies of Tennessee. Look for it at participating JCPenney stores across Tennessee or online at ballnetwork.tv.
And Coach Bruce Pearl is with us here at halftime. Give me about 10 copies of that DVD. I'm ready to play.
Randy, it's an amazing videotape. I've been part of some special seasons before, but I don't know if I've ever seen anybody able to recapture what happened last year like the folks that put that thing together. Was awesome.
Oh, they do a super job. They have been for so many years. Great football game. We were talking about that a moment ago.
Well, you know, offensively, Air Force can't stop us. I just love our patience and our poise and our execution. The defense, I was talking to Phillip, talking to Chief a little bit beforehand. Our defense usually dictates to its opponent. You can't dictate to the bone or the options. You've got to react and be patient and disciplined. It looks like we got it figured out.
I thought this guy was a basketball coach. I mean, he could be out there coaching tonight.
Well, he's a coach, right? So, and you said back during the Florida game at home, Coach Fulmer was sitting behind you, and you got so much encouragement from having him sit there.
I think I got encouragement, I got support, but he looked at me on 2 or 3 occasions and said, "You're all right. Stay cool, calm down." And he didn't say a word, but that's what his expression was. And it meant so much to have him back there supporting me. You know, we had lost 2 in a row going into that game, and Florida was undefeated. And so it was a pretty big win for us as it relates to trying to win the SEC East.
Now you got to go do it again, though.
Right.
I mean, that's the challenge. I mean, you have a great season last year, exceed expectations.
Right.
And now those expectations are there, and you got to go do it again.
Right.
You know, keep the same fans support, the same excitement.
Well, Pat, we can do it because of the way we're going to play and the fact that we're going to have 6 guys playing in their first college basketball game. And we're going to be brand new. The style will stay the same. I think we can do better at the end of the season this coming year. That would be my goal. I don't know if we can do as well in the regular season. I mean, we only lost a few games in the SEC, and Florida's getting everybody back from a national championship team. I don't know how realistic it is for us to win the regular season. But can we go farther in the tournament? I think we can, and that's what I'm going to point for.
Now, you mentioned your young team. You lost CJ. You lost Major Wingate, unfortunately. He was dismissed from the team. And you don't have that 6'10" post player. How are you going to find somebody to play that?
You got any eligibility?
No, I'm not 6'10".
I mean, we're going to have tryouts on campus. I don't know if there's anybody at 6'10" running around on campus. You know, I was looking forward to this season from a standpoint, well, I think this was the year we were building a little bit towards. We were preseason ranked in the top 25 because we had a little bit more traditional size. We don't now. I think as a result, we're going to look a lot like we looked like last year. Very up-tempo, have to extend our defense. We're going to still be challenged in the half-court defensively and with our rebounding because we'll be smaller once again almost every single night.
How big was it to get Raymar Smith in school?
Well, getting Ramar was huge. And Ramar, you know, replacing T.J. Watson, the quarterback, is very, very difficult. But at least we got Jordan Howell returning, and we've got 2 or 3 freshmen, including Ramar, who can play the position. The difference between Jordan and Ramar is Ramar physically might be able to guard the great point guards in our league, like Senyata Gaines or Steele or some of the other guys that he's going to have to go up against.
What about fan favorite and girl favorite Dean Bradshaw? Where's he fit in with this team this year?
Hey, he'll be out there. I tell people, marry him or hire him. One or the other. This is one of the most amazing kids I've ever coached. Great student, great person, God is in his life. Don't call him an overachiever. because he says, look, I'm not an overachiever if I'm able to achieve to the level I'm capable of. That's not overachieving. That's just, and so Bradshaw will be out there. Again, he'll probably wind up playing closer to the basket, giving away a lot of size, but broke that wrist. He's actually shooting the ball better. And our offense, yeah, because he doesn't get any wobble to it. It just kind of goes like this. If he shoots the ball better, it's going to make our offense better.
Well, you can break everybody's wrist if that turns out to be right.
That turns out to be the case for sure, Randy.
All right. Good luck to you. I know you're going to have a great season. Excited about last year and looking really forward to this year.
Well, the key is we'll do our job as coaches. The players will continue to do more than their job. The biggest story last year in college basketball might have been the support that we received. Number 5 in attendance, the #1 increase in attendance in the history of the country. We keep this going. Tennessee basketball will be here to stay.
And 2-0 against the national champions.
Amen. Your lips to God's ears.
All right. Thanks to Coach Bruce Pearl for stopping by and visiting with us here at halftime. Let's go down on the field where the Tennessee Pride of the Southland Marching Band is performing. Tennessee leading Air Force 17-10 here at halftime. Randy Smith and Pat Ryan with you, along with Mike Stoll on the sideline. As let's take a look at some of the highlights. First half. There's Smokey. Smokey number 9. Beautiful animal. This is Smokey's first year. Here are your halftime stats. Rushing yards. Falcons with a bit of an edge, but Tennessee with a huge edge in passing and a slight edge in total yards. 13 first downs for the Volunteers, who are also 4 out of 5 in third down conversions. And the game, believe it or not, has only 1 penalty. It's against Tennessee for 5 yards.
Here you got John Carney keeping the football, dodging, juking and jiving, taking it up the middle of the field. Hard guy to tackle. Then he hits him outside with Chad Hall taking it around left end for Air Force's first touchdown. Here's Eric Gaines throwing on the bootleg, hitting Brown across the field. Coming back to Swain, makes a high circus catch, takes it up for a big first down that keeps that ball moving, that leads to this short pass to Meacham to extend the score. Comes across the field again on a 2-minute drill, hits Swain, then comes back to Swain in the end zone for 6 points.
Well, Coach Philip Fulmer talking with Mike Stoll looked to be a little edgy.
Well, this flex bone, he said it. He was nervous. John Chavis alluded to it. They were nervous facing this offense. It's a hard offense to play.
Yeah, he said it was almost like facing a second season opener.
Well, the tough thing is you just never see an offense like this, so it's hard to prepare for it. That's all there is to it.
Let's go down one more time before we start the second half to Mike Stoll. Mike?
Hey, Randy, just a quick update on Arian Foster. Looks like he might have just sprained his ankle a little bit. Nothing real serious. They're not sure if he's going to be back in the game, but the doctor didn't sound like it was really anything serious.
All right. Montario Hardesty will get the start at tailback. Tennessee gets the ball first to start the second half, as they did win the toss and deferred to this half. This first possession is very, very important. Lucas Taylor, Demetrius Morley back deep to receive for Tennessee. Zach Sasser is going to kick it off for Air Force. And this one's going to bounce into the hands. Oh my goodness. They said a knee hit at the 1-yard line. Demetrius Morley took the kick. And a knee hit the ground. I thought but I didn't think they were going to call it, but they did.
Yeah, he went down to get this ball bouncing in front, but he's got 2 knees on the ground. I mean, he's clearly down. And kickoffs have not been his best plays of the night. Took one out early in the game that he should have just kept in the end zone that time. Went down to the ground to try and bring it out. Not a good move by Morley.
So Tennessee starts from its own 1-yard line. Hardesty is in at tailback behind Ames. Not the best field position. Straight ahead, a little running room. Hardesty gets out to the 4. As Tennessee runs straight ahead at the Air Force, picks up 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Well, the main thing you got to think of here, you'd like to punch it out from your own end zone, but the main thing is ball security. Don't give Air Force anything cheap or anything easy.
2nd down, 7. High formation. Ames quick drop, throws it, caught out near the 1st down marker. He's probably going to be short. Meacham, the receiver, shoved out of bounds by a couple of white shirts. It's going to be interesting to see where they mark the football.
Yeah, usually when your quarterback double clutches like this, looking at a receiver, that's just not a good sign. Still had a chance to get the ball out to Meacham right in front of the marker. Dangerous throw, but sets Tennessee up for 3rd and short.
3rd down, 1. Air Force stacking everybody up front. They give it inside. Hardesty, 1st down, out to the 14. And the Volunteers move the football straight up the middle. 3-yard pickup. John Raybould makes the tackle.
Yeah, handed off deep in the backfield, deep in the eye. Takes it straight over the left side. Got a good block over there on the left side by Cottom, the springing fruit, a few yards that he needed.
They marked him down at the 13. It is still a 1st down for the Volunteers. One receiver right, one left. Swain and Meacham. High formation behind Ames, who dropped the football. And I believe Tennessee fell on it. One of the linemen fell on it. A bobbled snap. And recovering it was David Ligon.
Well, that's fortunate. As I said, that went straight through Ainge's hands. And Ligon was pulling to the right side. He happens to see it. Does a good job of covering that football.
Has not been the prettiest offensive set we've seen for the Volunteers. 2nd down and 10. Ames, play action, rolling right, dumps it off to Corey Anderson, who did a good job of crossing the 15. John Raybould, a gain of 7. Raybould from his Falcon position for Air Force makes the tackle.
But Tennessee thought they were going to get more out of this. They ran the bootleg, and the Falcons, they came with a nice blitz. They had Anderson there, and they had Brown crossing behind him. Brown looked like he was open. That's where Ainge probably should have gone with the football. He'd had an easy 1st down.
3rd down, about 6.5 for the Volunteers. Plenty of time. Ainge over the middle. Austin Rogers, 1st down, out past the 25-yard line. Ainge just picking them apart. Drew Fowler makes the tackle after an 8-yard pickup on a 3rd and 6.
And good protection on this. They brought the stunt from the right side. Anderson picks it up. And Austin Rogers does a good job of settling down in the hole between the linebackers. Ainge saw him and hit him with it quick.
Rogers still in the game. He's in the slot right. Ainge, nice job by Hardesty, spinning away. Hardesty got a block, crosses the 30, gets good yardage, but almost broke that one. 5-yard pickup. Seems like he actually picked up about 15, but only got 5.
You know, he put on enough moves to last a ball game right there. Made a nice spin move, got through the hole, then came to the outside and was juking and jiving all over the place and essentially tackled himself out here. Put on too many moves and just couldn't keep his balance.
Gain of 5 out to the 31. Second down and 5. Ames to Hardesty. Cuts back up the middle. Fell down again after he picked up maybe 2.
The offensive line did a good job of moving the pile. Gave Hardesty a chance to get up in that hole and cut back. He just tripped up on one of his offensive linemen. He would have had 4 or 5 more.
Third down and 3. Line of scrimmage is the Tennessee 33-yard line. Hardesty actually tripped over the foot of one of his linemen. Tennessee 6 out of 7 on third down conversions. And Chris Brown jumped off sides. Instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Just the second penalty of the game for the Volunteers.
Number 28 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. The down is still 3.
Yeah, those hurt too, because 3rd and 3 you can't do a number of things. You can see right here, Chris Brown jumps off sides. But 3rd and 3 you can run the football, you can pass the football. You get into 3rd and 8, Air Force knows pretty much you're going to have to drop back and put it down the field.
Another big third down play for Tennessee. 3rd down and 8 from the 27. Ames, good protection, deep pass, caught. Swain spins, first down. Swain spins again inside Air Force territory. First down and 10, Tennessee.
Tennessee did a great job of picking up the blitz again. Gave Ames a lot of time to look down the field. Swain beats double coverage on the outside, comes inside the strong safety, then breaks it back outside down the field for a huge first down.
24-yard pickup on the pass play. Tennessee with a first down, and keep in mind this drive started at the Volunteer 1. Ames. Protection. Inside the 10. Lucas Taylor, first down, and goal to go for the Volunteers.
That's a really good catch by Taylor, because the coverage wasn't that bad. Sutton was there. He crossed Ainge up a little bit. He cut back to the inside, and Ainge had to wait to see him put on his move. He laid it up a little short. You know, Sutton is just a little late getting there, and he knows it too.
And here's the reaction from Ames.
You know, you can tell. Now, you look at Ames. He hits a 40-yard pass. You know, it's ho-hum. You know, it's getting to be old hat now.
He's completed 14 passes in a row. First down and goal. The tailback, Hardesty. Touchdown, Big Orange. A 3-yard run for Montario Hardesty, and Tennessee leads it 23-10.
And they went 99 to do it. That was one huge drive. Puts them up 2 scores on an Air Force team that's good, likes to run the football. There, Hardesty takes the ball up the left side, gets great push by Sears and Ligon over there, and just powers his way in.
The extra point by Wilhoit. Tennessee leads it 23-10. They lead it 24-10 with 9:14 to go in the third quarter. And Montario Hardesty just proved power football might work a little better than the shake and bake. Timeout. 9:14 to go. Tennessee with a lead. Tennessee leading at 24-10 after the 3-yard touchdown run by Montario Hardesty. Puts them up by 2 possessions. Wilhoit, who put his last one into the end zone almost through the uprights, kicks off again. Hits it well. Into the end zone, 9 yards deep. There is a penalty marker on the field of play on the Tennessee side of the field. The rock dropped between the 40 and the 45.
That's normally offsides on the kicking team.
Yes, it is.
The Air Force is going to make him do it again, it looks like.
The drive that started on the 1-yard line.
Offsides on the kicking team. Be a 5-yard penalty after the touchback. The ball will be at the 25-yard line.
So they're going to take it at the 25. Here we go.
Yeah, here you go. Hardesty putting on 50,000 moves. Tackles himself. Haynes deep down the field to Lucas Taylor, who makes a nice catch at the 4-yard line, which sets up this. Hardesty off left tackle, powers his way through for a touchdown that puts up 2 scores.
Hardesty's 3-yard run, 11 plays, 99 yards. The pitch. Running room outside for Chad Hall. First down past the 40. He picks up about 16 on the play. Antoine Stewart knocked him out of bounds. Touchdown, field goal, and 1 punt. 21-yard game. But it's still a first down at the Air Force 46.
That graphic is usually longer.
Yes.
For half a football.
Oh, yeah. First down, Air Force, Sean Carney. Inside handoff, keeps it himself. Oh, he was horse-collared after about a 3-yard pickup by Matt McLaughlin from his defensive tackle position.
He got ripped about the line of scrimmage, but being the strong kid he is, he doesn't quit. He comes down the line and just gets hammered right there, spins around, gets about 2 or 3 more yards, sets him up in a 2nd and 5 situation.
You would think after a hit like that, it would be 2nd and long. It's 2nd and 5. He gets 5 yards. Unbelievable young man. Quarterback draw. Hole opens. First down inside the Tennessee 45. Rico McCoy makes his tackle from the linebacker spot after a 6-yard pickup for Carney and another Air Force first down.
And quarterback draw. Carney does a good job of staying low to the ground. He's hard to find. I'm telling you, the Tennessee defenders are having a hard time finding the football when he's running it because he stays low to the ground. He's in behind all those linemen. They just can't find him.
At the Tennessee 43, it's a first down. Carney inside handoff. Williams first down to the Tennessee 30. Ryan Williams, the fullback. Marvin Mitchell made the tackle after a 13-yard gain by Williams.
Another good read by Carney. Williams has done a pretty good job of gashing the Tennessee front there. First half hit 44 yards. They opened up the second half with a long run, and there got another big gainer straight up the middle.
Here comes the Air Force Academy. They're not going to quit. 56 yards on the ground and 9 carries for Williams, who gets it again. First down. Williams all the way to the 10, to the 5, to the 3. First down and goal to go for the Falcons. Antoine Stewart and Inky Johnson made the tackle. And Coach Chavis says, who can I get to stop this guy?
Well, it's just a simple spin-out handoff to the fullback and no option to this play. It's just a straight fullback play with a guy in motion to get the linebacker out of there, moving outside, hand it to the fullback, and he blows it straight up the middle.
First down, goal to go from the Tennessee 3-yard line. Carney, Williams stopped at the 1. Ryan Carl was there, along with Jonathan Hefney and Marvin Mitchell.
Yeah, they tried to run Williams straight up the middle to try and get the touchdown, but Mitchell was there, like you said, with Carl. Made a good hit, stood him up, drove him back.
Inside the 1, second down and goal. Carney keeps it himself. I don't know. No signal yet. Tennessee comes out with a football. They're going to race the other way. No whistle. No whistle. All the way for a touchdown. Did he score? He scored. Touchdown, Big Orange.
Well, I think they're calling. Now they're down here saying that Air Force scored.
Oh, my.
We got 2 touchdowns, one on each end of the field.
The ball has been
Which one counts?
Called touchdown Air Force.
My goodness.
It appeared to me that Carney got in on the sneak on second effort.
I never saw a signal until Tennessee got the ball out.
There was no signal. It appeared that he got in, but there was no signal. Next thing you know, Hefty's running the other way with the football.
Coach Fulmer's out on the field. He's going to demand. Let's take a look.
Tennessee will challenge the call.
Well, he's not in there. He's in there.
Yep.
That's the correct call.
But, you know, they didn't call that. And
Nope.
there was no whistle.
No, they didn't.
Was it?
And I don't know how you can miss that. This guy over here should be able to clearly see that.
Yeah. And watch, he still hasn't called it. There's no question he got in the end zone, but there was no whistle and there was no call. Unless there's a whistle.
Yeah, he's in. There's a football. It clearly crosses the plane. So, I mean, that's touchdown. But as you said, Rand, there was no call from anybody, no whistle. They just let everything play out. Had their little conference down here while they were running down the other end of the field.
Well, there's no question this is not going to be overturned because the replays clearly tell you it is a touchdown, but there was no signal and no whistle.
I have to agree with you. I can't see them overturning this touchdown. I've seen crazier things, but that was pretty definitive.
After the video review, the call on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Which one?
Yeah.
Tennessee will be charged with a timeout, and they will lose the challenge for the rest of the game. Please reset the clock to 6:14. 6:14.
Well, we got a ball game. Ain't no question.
Well, anybody that was hoping Air Force would fold up and go away after that opening touchdown 99-yard drive, and another thing coming because they're here to stay.
24-16. Well, that was really poor officiating, and you know,
Yes.
and I never, very seldom ever criticize officials. The extra point is good, but it was poor simply because it obviously was a touchdown, but there was no call.
Exactly.
And no whistle. And when you don't have a whistle, you play until you hear a whistle. That's what you're coached to do.
That's right. I thought what was strange was they let the play go on, and everybody's running down the field, and the rest of the officials are down here having a little conference, and they still hadn't blown a whistle.
Timeout. 6:14 to go. We've got a dandy one here at Neyland Stadium. Tennessee leads Air Force by 7. Here's the kick. Sasser. Kick. Fumble. Picked up. Finally knocked out of bounds by Air Force. And Tennessee gets a lucky bounce right there. Zach Sasser has really bothered the Volunteers with kicking off because he got Demetrius Morley down at the 1-yard line on his knee, and that could have been really disastrous right there because Tennessee's receiver could not handle the football.
Now, Austin Rogers tried to run up and get that football. They're pooching it short, trying to get you to fair catch that ball. Tried to catch it on the run and didn't quite make it and almost had an awful mistake there.
Hardesty is still in at tailback. He's the only setback. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Eric Ainge. First down, Tennessee at the 27. Quick drop, look in, Meacham. First down, Meacham at the 40 to the 45, still on his feet. There's a big scrum. They call him down. And the scrum is not over. 18 yards on the pickup. Ainge to Meacham.
These officials are going to have to learn when to blow the whistle. That'll alleviate a lot of that mess right there.
Yeah. I don't believe they've learned it. First down. Line of scrimmage is the Tennessee 46. .5:26 to go in the third. A lot of time left. Tennessee, there's the reverse. Fake reverse. Hardesty, good yardage, straight ahead. Aaron Kirchhoff made the tackle on Hardesty, but not before he picks up 8 yards. And he's into Air Force territory at the Air Force 46.
Well, that's something offenses like to do. They like to give it to that tailback and fake that reverse, and the coaches upstairs will be looking to see where the people on Air Force were on that particular look and particular play. If they all suck down into the middle, you can expect to see the reverse coming sooner or later.
Second down, 2. Ainge, Hardesty spinning away, still fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, and actually may have gained a yard. He's going to be short of the first down. Aaron Kirchhoff made the tackle. Let's go down again to Mike Stoll on the sideline.
And Randy, on the mood on the sideline's fine. You know, they know they're in for a battle right now. The offense feels good about what they can do defensively. They're missing some tackles, and they're over pursuing right now. And you could tell Ryan Carl, really, he's getting frustrated, saying, guys, let's just stay on our assignments. Let's wrap up, and let's bring them down. And they're just getting frustrated by that misdirection right now.
Tennessee player is down. That's Ramon Foster, 6'6", 325-pound sophomore offensive lineman who plays behind David Norman. And we'll take a break with 4:24 to go here in the third quarter. Tennessee leads Air Force 24-17 in what has been a strange football game, to say the least, tonight here at Neyland Stadium. Well, Talkin' Football returns with new hosts, a new attitude. Don't miss all the engaging discussions, player interviews, and live viewer calls. If you want to know the pulse of college football this season, tune in every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern only on CSS. Tennessee has it third and about 1.
This is a situation on 3rd and 1. If Tennessee happens not to make it, you're going to hear everybody in this stadium urging Philip Fulmer to go for it on 4th down.
Ainge, 3rd and 1. Hardesty hit at the line, leans forward. I'm not sure. He may be short by about a foot.
Yeah, I believe he's short by about a foot. You're right. He got a better spot on the other side of the field than he got to the near side. Both spots are short. In fact, he's a good 2 feet short.
4th down at the Air Force 45. They're going to go for it. I don't think there's any doubt right here.
Yeah, if you're scared, say scared.
Yeah. My dad always said, if you're scared, get a bulldog.
There you go.
4th and a foot. Ainge got the first down. He just powered forward. And they mark his forward progress where it needs to be. We'll watch as they unstack, but I will be very surprised if he didn't get it.
Well, he got a good spot on this side, and that's the guy they gave the football to, so he should have the first down.
First down, Tennessee. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, got a good. Parker did a good job right there of coming off the football and giving Ainge room to squeeze up in through there.
Josh McNeil in at center, the talented freshman, 6'4", 290. Tennessee trying to build some depth and rest some people here, but boy, what a football game.
Well, they like McNeil. It was real close between him and Frog. He and Frog, who was going to start, so they like them both.
Ainge fakes the draw. Gets it away, finally throws it away. Smart play by Ainge. They had him covered. Corey Anderson was the intended receiver, but it went way over his head. Sutton was defending.
I think Fisher DeBerry was the intended receiver there.
Yeah.
Ainge got caught up back there. If he could have got away from that one guy and looked downfield, Meacham had slipped everybody, and he was wide open down about the 10-yard line. But Eric just didn't have time to find him or get the ball to him.
That broke a string of 15 straight completions that Ames had made. Second down at 10 from the 44. Again, play action. Ames got a man there. First down. That's Jason Swain as he's inside the 35 and has a first down and a penalty marker thrown. And it's maybe against Tennessee. There's going to be a personal foul against somebody.
It looked like a face mask originally. I didn't see what happened after the scrum. I'm going to find out real quick.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 52 on the defense.
Austin Randall of Air Force hit with a personal foul, and that's got to kill you if you're an Air Force fan right now because they picked up 13 on the pass play.
Well, Ainge does a great job. I tell you, that is a big-time throw there. He's on this hash mark. Play action, runs a deep comeback on the other sideline. That's about a 40-yard throw. You got to have a lot of arm to make that throw, and he did not only got it there, he threw it on time.
Tennessee first down. They give it to Hardesty. Big hole around the left side. He's inside the 10. Very close to a first down. He's going to be short. Aaron Kirchhoff finally stopped him. He picked up at least 8 on the play.
Hardesty, I've never really seen this guy run before. He is full of moves. I mean, I think if he was running straight down the field, he'd put on 3 or 4 moves just for the heck of it. You can't find this guy. I mean, he's putting on move after move and making yards while he's doing it.
Second down and 2. Tennessee at the 8-yard line. They have to get to the 6 for a first down. High formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Give it to Hardesty. Nothing there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Joey Keller. Up from his linebacker spot. It'll be 3rd and 2. 10th play of the drive coming up for Tennessee.
Tennessee's had some long drives. I mean, they've put together a lot of long play drives. That's what you look for in an offense. There, Keller came, scraped off the backside, caught Hardesty before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hardesty, 17 carries, 69 yards. 1 touchdown today for Tennessee. 3rd and 2. Hardesty gets back inside to the 5. If he holds onto the football, he's got a 3-yard gain and a first down. And he does. First down and goal to go. Tennessee at the 5-yard line.
That's just offensive push, offensive lineman push on that particular play. Hardesty, it didn't look like there was much, but those guys just stayed on their block, got the push. Anderson got a good block, and Hardesty kept going north and south, got past the line.
Tennessee with Sears, Ligon, Frog, or rather McNeil, Parker, and Eric Young. First down and goal. Hardesty again spins inside the 5, got to the 4. They push him back. A gain of a yard. Drew Fowler from his linebacker spot. Actually, they say no gain. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Well, Fowler's one of the few returning starters in that linebacker crew, and he's made a lot of plays tonight. He shows why he made 77 tackles last year. He's around the football a lot, and wherever Hardesty went that time, he put on a move here, went that way, he was covered, went the other way, he was covered. Fowler brought him down.
10 seconds to go. Ainge is going to let the ball and the quarter run out right here. And Tennessee will have it when we start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal from the 5. We've completed 3 out of 4 tonight at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Tennessee leading the Air Force 24-17, and the Volunteers threaten 2nd down and goal from the Falcon 5-yard line. Tennessee leading at 24-17. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this. Tennessee has not punted in the game, and Air Force has punted once.
Yeah, Ainge's line 20-23. That's pretty
impressive.
That's pretty impressive. Still a lot of work to go here. I'd like to see him go 21-24 for 3 touchdowns right here.
2nd and goal from the 5. Williams changing to play. Three-step drop, fade, touchdown, Big Orange. Robert Meacham, 5 yards from Eric Haynes, and the Volunteers extend their lead to 30-17.
Haynes checked off to that play. Don't know what he had called, but you could see him talking to his receivers, his linemen, changing the play. Came over on the left side. He's going to take that big, tall receiver on the shorter cornerback, just a simple fade pattern. Meacham just goes up over the corner. Chris Sutton, second time he's got beaten for touchdowns tonight. He makes an easy catch.
Will Hoyt will try to make it 31-17 on the first play of the fourth quarter. And it's perfect. Tennessee 31, Air Force 17. Tennessee has had 5 possessions. They've had 5 scores, 4 touchdowns, and 1 field goal. We'll be back with more from Neyland Stadium in Knoxville as the Volunteers lead it 31-17. Jim Hollis and Ty Papin will receive. Ramon Foster is through for the night with an ankle. So he's and 3 yards deep in the end zone comes Hollis. Straight up the middle. Tennessee hammers him as he crosses the 15. Not a good decision. 16-yard return, but that ball was about 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone. Antonio Gaines makes the tackle for the Volunteers. So now, let's take a look one more time and see if his feet were down. That might have been what he was talking about. He got one in. There's one. Yeah, the first foot came down before the other one would have gone out of bounds. So that is right there. That's a touchdown. White line would be out if he stepped on it, but you only have to have 1 foot down in college football, and that 1 foot was in before he stepped out. Chan Hall, good yardage. Ryan Carl, after the pickup, out to the 27, about 8 or 9 yard gain.
Air Force doesn't look like they're going to change their approach. They're down 2 scores with a quarter to go. Going back out, running the football.
There's the handoff. Williams. Carney with a keeper. Nothing there. Tennessee stuffed it.
Now you know what the defense is going through.
Yeah, I thought Williams had the ball.
Yeah, it's hard to find that football. That's a really good fake.
Here's a look at your 3-quarter stats. Big edge for Air Force in rushing. Huge edge for Tennessee in passing. And it's 3rd and 2. Big play right here if the Volunteers can hold him. There's the pitch to Hall. Hall gets the first down, crosses the 30. Robert Ayers from his defensive end spot makes the tackle.
Yeah, that's been a really effective play for Air Force tonight. That was their first the play that they used on their first scoring drive to score the touchdown. They just keep the fullback dives into the line every time, so you've got to honor him whether he's getting the football or not. You can't tell if he's getting the football, so you got to honor him. So the linebacker gets caught inside, the pitchman has room to run.
They needed 2, they got 6. Williams, the carry, gets 3. Ryan Williams. Marvin Mitchell makes the tackle after he picks up 3, maybe 4. And that'll be a 2nd down as the football crosses the 35 and they mark it at the 36.
You know, it appears to me that Air Force assumes that they're going to drive the football down and get another touchdown. And then they're just going to count on stopping Tennessee in their next drive. And I think that's assuming a lot.
Yeah.
They just keep running the football. This drive's going to take a long time. They may run out.
Here's Carney. Pitches. Hall to the 40. Stays inbounds. Gets the first down. Picks up about 6. Hefney knocked him out. But again, it's a first down for the Air Force.
That's just vintage triple option. I mean, that was perfect. Quarterback fakes in, comes down, has to pitch the ball, gets a great cut block by Bo Suter on the outside on Inky Johnson to open up the yards for his tailback to get to the outside. You can't do it any better than that.
Clock moving, 12:10 to go. Tennessee with a 14-point lead, 2 possessions. Slot back to the left, and penalty markers go down. Illegal procedure, I think, against the Air Force. Tennessee almost jumped, but they did not.
False start. Number 64 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. The down is still 1.
Another injury report. Let's check in again with Mike Stoll. Mike.
And Randy, and Justin Harrell did not go out there. He is on the sidelines. He's in a lot of pain. They're trying to ice his elbow. They're thinking about a brace, but right now he is not able to get in there. And that depth is a big concern for Tennessee in that defensive front. Somebody's going to have to step up and make a play, Randy.
Right here would be a good time. First down, 15. Williams, nothing there. Tennessee stepped up, gave him a yard maybe. J.T. Mapu makes the tackle, among others. Marvin Mitchell was in there also for Tennessee. It'll be second down and 14.
Well, what that injury has caused, Xavier Mitchell's had to drop down and play tackle now because he's so thin at that position. I mean, he only goes, 6'2", 260 pounds.
Right. Second down, 14. Carney back to throw. They got him covered. They got him back at the 27-yard line. Ryan Carl, the first to get him. And also back there, Xavier Mitchell, the guy you were talking about.
Well, that weight doesn't help you in the run game, but it sure helps you on your pass rush. Ryan Carl causes this, gets to him first. Mitchell comes off and cleans it up. And this is not Air Force's cup of tea, third and 20.
And down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Carney trying to change the call. Tennessee's getting louder and louder. Carney pitches. They pitch back. They got some yardage, but they're not going to get the first down. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. Chad Hall picked up about 7, maybe 8 yards. Gerard Mayo knocked him out. But it's now fourth down and about 10.
Yeah, a good positive play by Air Force, but when you need 20 yards, it's hard to count on a pitch play with that much speed on the field running by it to get 20 yards. So
fourth down and about 11. Jonathan Heffney will be back. Chris Karp will punt.
Oh.
Terrible punt off the side of his foot, almost hit the Tennessee player, goes out of bounds at the 40, and the Volunteers will have great field position with 9:59 to go in the game. An 18-yard punt for Chris Karp. And with that, we'll take a timeout. Under 10 minutes to go in the game. Tennessee in control in Knoxville. Tennessee with the lead and the football, 9:59 to go. This may have been a scary week of preparation for Coach Fulmer, and Air Force certainly has lived up to it, but his team has responded. Hardesty still in a tailback. Play action. Ainge being pressured, and he throws it away. Intended for Austin Rogers, but he was being chased by John Raybould, the Falcon, who was blitzing on the play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because they're trying to run that bootleg again and get Ainge out to the outside. Raybould blitzes off the outside. There's nobody to pick him up except for Eric Ainge. Eric does a smart thing, just getting rid of the football and letting him play another play.
Second down. Unfortunately, that did stop the clock. 9:42 to go. Vols have it second down at the 37. Ainge straight drop. Looking. Fires it. Caught at midfield. Swain makes the grab. Jason Swain with a reception, picks up 17, and the Volunteers get another first down. Bobby Giannini makes the tackle.
Haynes does a good job of buying some time here, sliding to his right. Air Force in the secondary, they're not good enough at playing zone. I mean, if you give Haynes time, his receivers are going to find those open areas. That's what happened there. He bought a little time. Receivers slipped to the inside. They just couldn't cover.
There's Swain, 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. I tell you what, Austin Rogers was the recipient of the football on the reverse. Air Force didn't bite. Carson Bird made the tackle, chasing him down, but he also took great effort to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I said earlier they faked that reverse, and obviously they liked what they saw, so they came back with it. It did work. Rogers did a good job of getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's quickly go down to Mike Stoll. Mike.
Randy, real quick, Ramon Foster goes off on crutches with ice on his ankle. They move Michael Frog to the guard and Josh McNeil at center, Randy.
Quick drop, Ames, pass caught, Meacham gets some yardage. They mark his forward progress for about a 4-yard pickup. Austin Randall brings him down for the Air Force.
That's another slow whistle. You know, you catch that ball and your forward motion is around that point. They start pushing you back. That whistle's got to be blown. Otherwise, you take a lot of chances for injuries standing up with a guy like that and let other people hit him.
305 yards through the air now for Eric Ames, and we still have 8 minutes to go in the game. 3rd down and 7. Ames, deep pass, caught, Rogers inside the 15. First down, Volunteers. Austin Rogers with a reception from Eric Ames. Bobby Giannini saved the touchdown for the Falcons.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Ames down the middle of the field. Rogers runs a nice route down the hash mark and then bends it in behind the safety. Gives Ames a good target to throw to in front of the safety. Another perfect pass. Another nice catch by Austin Rogers.
First down, Tennessee at the 19, or actually the 14-yard line. There's Josh McNeil, the center, and Michael Frog has moved to guard. Tennessee 9 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. And Coach Fulmer was out on the field trying to call timeout or something. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Delay game. Delay game against the offense. 5-yard penalty. The down is still 1.
Still first down. 7:17 to go. Coach Fulmer was upset with his team for not watching the clock. Watch it.
Yeah, he's trying to get his attention.
Tennessee has only 2 timeouts left.
You know what I like? The best thing about this is David Cutcliffe has not taken his foot off the gas.
Nope. And another penalty marker. This one is going to be a procedure penalty against Tennessee. And after almost flawless first half, we've had a bunch of penalties here in the last 10 minutes.
False start. Number 55 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. The down is still 1.
Well, the penalty was on Dan Williams, who plays defense.
So obviously the official got the number wrong.
Well, first down and 20. Ames, play action. Back to throw. Intercepted at the 10. Air Force gets the interception, and they bring it back to the 20-yard line. 6:35. That is the first interception. Julian Madrid gets the pick.
Well, Eric got lured in to feel a little too comfortable throwing that ball over the middle of the field. He's had great success tonight. Runs the play action, gets caught looking play side, and loses the backside linebacker, who just slips in under the throw and makes the interception.
12-yard return, so Air Force gets it at the 22. First down and 10. Carney pitches back to Hall. Got some blockers. Here's Hall. First down into Tennessee territory at the Tennessee 47. First down for the Falcons.
Chad Hall for 5'8", 180 packs a punch. This guy runs hard. He takes it down the field. He's got a lot of blocking in front of him. Jonathan Hefney's in great position to make the tackle. He runs straight through him. I mean, just straight through him.
That's Chad Smith, not Chad Hall. 31 yards. That may be his first carry of the night.
I believe it is. I believe it is.
First down inside Tennessee territory. Air Force coming back. Carney's pass caught. Another first down at the Tennessee 35. Travis Decker, the tight end, makes the catch. 13-yard pickup and a Falcon first down with 5:49 to go. And this is not a wishbone-looking offense right now. They're moving it quickly.
Well, one of the few times you'll see Carney drop straight back. He just found Decker in a hole. Made a nice throw.
At the 35, they give it to Williams, and that's going nowhere. Might have gotten a foot. Scott Peoples, the fullback, stopped by J.T. Mapu.
And I believe that's his first carry of the night.
Gain of a yard, second down 9. Tennessee did a good job of stopping that.
Tell you, Wes Brown, redshirt freshman, was in on that play also.
Here's Carney, back to throw. It's incomplete. Intended for Chad Smith, the slot back.
He threw that ball where it needed to go because Anton Stewart was out there in coverage. If he throws that ball at the receiver, Stewart's probably got a chance to break in there, either break that play up or have a chance at interception.
Carney now 4 out of 6, 68 yards through the air. Third down 9. Here's the pitch. Goes to Smith. Huge hole. Tennessee stops him, but he gets the first down inside the 25. He had to have 9. He picked up 10.
Air Force just keeps hitting you with something different. The fullback, it was Carney. Then it was the fullback Gaskus. In the last 2 series, it's been the option play. They're pitching the ball.
They're going without a huddle. 4:49. Clock moving. First down. Quick pitch. And he's hammered. Xavier Mitchell got to him and knocked him down for a loss of about 3.
Well, that's a play Tennessee needed. They're running a hurry-up offense, and nothing slows a hurry-up offense down more than negative plays. Xavier Mitchell did a good job of knifing through and stopping that pitch play that's given us so much trouble.
Clock moving. 4:17. There's the handoff. They go to the fullback. Not much there. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Turk McBride and Marvin Mitchell. Scott Peoples. Gain of 2, and it's third down and about 10.
Timeout. Charge Air Force. First charge timeout of the second half.
Air Force calls it timeout. That stops the clock with 4:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll take a break with them. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the game. It's Tennessee 31, Air Force 17. We'll be back to Knoxville in just a moment. All right, here we go. The last 4:05. It's third down 11. Air Force has converted 7 out of 10 third down conversions. And the shot clock is down to 0. Well, and now they're letting him huddle. Well, there's always more college football programming, which we'll talk about later. Now they come to the line. Third and 11. Carney keeps it. Nope. They gave it to the fullback. Ryan Williams was in the game. Got about 2. It's fourth down.
He should have kept it.
Yeah. Now we'll talk about the football programming. There's more of it in store on CSS. Be sure to bookmark css-sports.com and check it often for all the college football programming on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. 4th down and 10. Tennessee's 1 out of 1. Air Force, this is their first attempt. There's a pass. It's caught. He has the first down unless he stepped out shy. It's going to be close. He picked up 11. He needed 10. Antoine Stewart shoved him out of bounds, but I believe he got it, and he did.
And they dropped straight back. Tennessee brought the blitz. You've got man coverage. A guy coming right across underneath the formation. Antoine Stewart and everybody else just completely lost him. Carney did. He found it, got him the big first down.
19 first downs for Air Force. It's at the Tennessee 18. There's the big fullback up the middle. He's at the 5. He's got a first down. No, he's shy of the first down. Chad Smith picks up 8.
And that clock is running. It's running.
The line of scrimmage is the 5-yard line.
And a nice draw play. And Chad Smith takes it up the middle of the field. Tennessee did stop him short.
Here's Carney, pitch it. Gets it to the pitch man. He goes out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be short of the first down by about a foot. But he did get out of bounds to stop the clock. Ryan Carl was there to knock him out. And also Jonathan Hefney, as you see right there, defending for Tennessee.
How you doing? Thanks.
3rd and a foot. Well, you have a situation where Air Force could score and go for an onside kick. And their kicking game has given Tennessee trouble.
I would think that's probably, depending on how much time they got left. They haven't had much luck stopping Tennessee. That might be the best option.
Carney hands it off, touchdown. Ryan Williams up the middle, 3 yards. Hardly anybody touched him, and it's 31-23.
Tennessee has played almost 4 quarters of defensive football, and to be honest, still hasn't figured out this flex ball. They hit you with one thing, you take it away, they hit you with another. Very efficient offense.
Zach Sasser will attempt the extra point. That'll make it a 7-point game. And he does. 31-24, 2:41 to go in the game. Now, if you're Air Force, you've got to make a decision. Do we go for an onside kick, or do we kick it to them and try to hold them? Something that they have not done all night.
Well, they have 2 timeouts left. So with 2:40 left, they may feel like they can go ahead and kick the ball off, give it to Tennessee, and we're going to try and run the ball. And they might can stop it twice if they make a defensive stop and get it back. Don't know what's going through DeBerry's mind, but I believe I'd go for the onside kick personally.
I think so too. Let's go down to Mike Stoll, see what he thinks.
Yeah, Randy, they're talking about that in the huddle right now, but before that, the offensive line, Ainge came over to him and said, hey guys, you got to give us a couple of yards, just pick it up, move the chains a couple of times, and we're going to walk out here with the win. Great leadership that he's showing right now for this offensive team, Randy.
Tennessee's got the hands team in there because they have Lucas Taylor up front. And also they have,
well, there's a number of receiver types up tight.
Yeah, they're going. You know, there's no way they're going to go for an onside kick. And I guarantee you, they practice this a lot, and they have a great kicker with their pooch and onside kicks. Bobbled, recovered by Air Force, I think. Yes, they do. There with a football, number 20 for the Air Force, and that is Daniel Hill. He's a backup Falcon. And now Air Force has got the ball back. They're down 1 score, 2:36 to go.
Perfectly executed onside kick, kicks it over to the left side. Couldn't see who had a chance to catch that ball.
Well, there's nothing he could do the way that ball was bounced.
Perfect. Bounced right off his shoulder.
This is sweet wide. inside. Tennessee's going to clobber him. He picks up a couple. The clock is moving with 2:29. 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6. Ryan Carl makes the tackle.
As I said, Air Force still has 2 timeouts. 2:20 is plenty of time.
2nd down, 6. Inside, they hammer him. They smothered him. Stopped him. Nothing. 3rd down. Xavier Mitchell, who has made some big-time plays in this quarter, was the guy making the tackle for a yard loss.
Air Force, that's their 2nd charge timeout of the 2nd half.
And it's a timeout with 1:59 to go. And they have 1 timeout left after this one.
It's getting interesting, isn't it, Randy?
Well, I knew they were going to go for that onside kick. Because they have no way of stopping Tennessee for 2 minutes, really, when you think about it. And the only chance they have to get the ball back.
Well, you're right. Ainge, the only way they could have stopped Tennessee was if Tennessee decided to just grind it on the ground and let them stop that.
Right.
But if David Cutcliffe decided to go ahead and go after them, they had no shots. You're right.
Well, look at Coach Chavis's headset. That's what you do. That's what happens to you when you play Air Force. There's a look.
Yeah. There's a draw play. Taking it straight up the field. Sets him up for this. That's your fullback. Williams taking it in for the touchdown.
Big play coming up. 3rd down and 8. Fans getting into it. Carney back. Got the pass caught and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Justin Handley makes the reception. And Carney was a cool customer as he stood back and threw that pass on 3rd and 8. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Carney because it looked like Ayers had the sack. He broke through, had Carney's in sights, and he just made a nice little slide step right up inside of him and delivered the pass on the sideline for the good gainer.
Well, we got a Tennessee player it's Inky Johnson who's down. Well, let's take a look. Another look. Watch right here. Stepped up and threw it beautifully. That's not good. And Inky Johnson is down on the field after a 24-yard gain, and this is not good. They're bringing the cart. They got to get him stabilized before they move him. That's the first thing. For Inky Johnson. When we do resume play, Air Force has it 1st down with under 2 minutes to go in the football game. They're down by 7, and they'll have the football at the Tennessee 31-yard line. Got him taped up. They've got taped up his arms and around him so he cannot move, basically. Inky Johnson. .59", 180, a junior. Injured on a play here that looked pretty bad when it happened, and the way he hit the field. The crowd is beginning to.
Let's talk.
He has some of his family down on the field with him. Well, the ambulance is ready. As they take Inky Johnson off on the cart and get him into the ambulance, there is 1:53 to go in the football game. Air Force, after recovering the onside kick, has a chance to tie. Yeah, he's moving his hands. That's great. Yeah. I think he's going to be okay. Stewart will move to that quarterback position. There we go. First down at the 31. Air Force. Carney. They pitch it back. Out of bounds he goes at the 25. Maybe the 26 picks up at least 5. That's Chan Hall, who's back in the game now at the wingback spot. Gain of 6. He got out of bounds.
They found something they like in this option play. One thing I'm sure they like about it, it gives them a chance to get out of bounds. And the other thing they like about it is they're gaining yards every time.
Jonathan Hepney tonight is at 13 tackles. Second down and 5. It's at the 26. Here's Carney. Back to throw. Got a man wide open. And he is down at the 1. Now the penalty markers on the field. Spencer Armstrong, the intended receiver.
Yeah, he got loose down the sideline. Nobody saw him. This one may be coming back.
It's coming back. What a beautifully thrown pass by Carney.
Carney's a football player. This guy is the real deal, running and passing.
Well, when these officials get together and talk, nothing good happens for Tennessee tonight.
It doesn't seem that way. There's a lot of discussion.
There is no penalty on the play.
First and goal from the 1-yard line.
That's a good question.
24-yard gain on the pass.
Out of bounds? Out of bounds or inbound?
Out of bounds. It's at the 1. First down and goal. Great pass by Carney.
Yeah, Armstrong did a good job of finding that void area over there between the corner and the safety. And Carney did what he's been doing all night. He made the play he needed to make. Found his receiver for the big play.
First and goal from the 1. Carney, touchdown. Ryan Williams. And Air Force is 1 point away from tying it, but would they possibly go for 2?
You know, in this case, I think they're going to go for 1 because you do have to go to overtime. You know, each team gets it at the 25-yard line, and they've been pretty effective offensively. So that's just a simple gift to Williams, the fullback, straight up the middle.
They're not going to kick it. They're going to go for 2.
Well, I can't say I disagree with it. I think you're on the road. You're playing supposedly a superior football team. This might be your just best chance to win the football game right here.
They're going for 2 with 1:35 to take the lead. Carney pitches back. Tennessee stops him at the 5. Xavier Mitchell, who has made one great play after another in this quarter, gets it done for the Volunteers.
That is a huge defensive play. Ran the sweep, same play they've had a lot of success with. I thought we'd see the option. We haven't stopped them on the option the whole second half. Instead, they went to the sweep. Xavier Mitchell read it perfectly nice through, made the tackle on the backfield.
3rd tackle of the night, but it's his biggest. And all 3 tackles he's made tonight have been tackles for loss.
Well, he's a player. I mean, he makes big plays tonight. Now, Tennessee's going to get the football back. 1:35 to go, and I believe Air Force only has 1 timeout left.
Well, you know they're going to go for an onside kick.
Oh, yeah, they definitely got an onside kick. Tennessee's got to cover this one.
Xavier Mitchell is a shot as he gets a drink of water. They're lining everybody up on the left, just like they did last time. The way that ball bounced, there was no way anybody could catch it. Similar, and Air Force has got it again. But a penalty marker's on the field around the line, and then they may have to make them kick it again.
You know, that was perfect, and that's not played very well by Tennessee because the Air Force guy caught that ball just at the 10-yard mark. Tennessee guys got to come up and make a play on that football. You can't let Air Force run in front of you and catch that ball.
Offsides on the kicking team.
Well, Air Force kicks their onside kick just the way they run their offense. Perfect.
You said it earlier. I guarantee you they've really worked on this a lot.
Right.
Yeah, guy to the kicker's right. Just.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
They don't get much better than that.
The kick was perfect. The formation obviously wasn't because they're offside. But they got it again. And with 1:30 to go, Air Force is a field goal away from winning the football game if they get this kick. Bounced again. Tennessee's got this one. The Volunteers catch it inside the 45-yard line. That time the bounce went the way of Jason Swain. And that might have been the biggest catch he's made all night.
He's made some good ones, but you're right. That is the biggest catch he's made tonight.
Air Force, that's their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half.
And those are tough things to catch. That's a knuckleball. That thing's coming high speed, bouncing all over the place. You've got to really watch that football in. Swain makes a big play there.
Tennessee came into the game about a 3-touchdown favorite in the game, and they're going to be very lucky to get out of here with a 1-point win. And I think Coach Fulmer would take it right now.
No, he'll take it. Air Force is going to be able to stop the clock one time. If I'm not mistaken, Tennessee can run this thing out. Just dealing there.
Air Force is taking their last time out.
That's the last time out for Air Force, so there's no way they can stop the clock now. And Tennessee will probably take a knee.
Why would Air Force take a timeout now? Well, I guess they take it now because the new rules, they start the clock.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's right. So either way, they had to take it.
Well, it's been an exciting, a strange, I guess we could sit here all night and come up with ways to describe the way this game has gone. Volunteers will line it up at the 43-yard line of Air Force. And Ames will probably have to take a knee 3 times, and that's it. They're sending 2 receivers left. Ainge runs it to the left and takes a knee at the 50. Runs a little clock. Clock's going to continue to move. There's no way Air Force can stop it. Well, Fisher to Barry, and there's a look at him. He knew that you're on the road, so you go for 2 a lot of times in those situations anyway, but he knows his defense cannot stop Tennessee. They stopped him one time all night. It was on an interception. And just like the onside kick with 2.5 minutes to go, the only way he had was get the ball back in his team's hands. He knew that if he could get a 2-point conversion, he had a chance to win the game.
Well, and also his offense had great momentum.
Yeah.
They were positive play after positive play. So he had no reason not to think that they couldn't come up with another 3 yards. Unfortunately for him, Xavier Mitchell blew that deal up.
And as they mark the football for play for the final time, Tennessee will not have to take the snap. The Volunteers survive. Barry.
That's a good way to put it.
31-30. As Coach Fisher to Barry and Coach Philip Fulmer meet at midfield. The Volunteers get the win, but they have lost several key players with injuries, and one that we're still concerned about. That's Inky Johnson, who went down with a serious-looking injury to his head or neck or something. We don't have any information because it happened late in the game. But if we get something, of course, stay tuned to Vol Radio. Those of you who are listening on pay-per-view will have the latest information on Inky Johnson.
Well, they're meeting in midfield for their post-game prayer, and I'll promise you, Inky Johnson is mentioned.
Yep. Tennessee gets the win, 31-30 over Air Force, in a nerve-wracking football game tonight here at Neyland Stadium, to say the least. But the Volunteers are 2-0 with Florida coming to town next Saturday here at Neyland Stadium. And we'll be back in just a moment. Well, Tennessee gets the win, 31-30 over the Air Force. And my goodness, if Air Force had a defense, they would be tough.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nail on the head. If they had a defense, they would be tough, because they've got all the offense they need. They lost 2 wide receivers off that team from last year that totaled 1,400 yards and like 70-some catches. Didn't seem to bother them a bit. They did use their wideouts but a couple times, but they sure hurt us with the quarterback, the tailback, the fullback, the pitch. They just kept Tennessee off balance all night.
Very few, if any, of these players have a chance to go to the NFL. If they did have that chance, they still have a 5-year military commitment once they graduate from the Air Force.
Well, that's why the Air Force and the other service academies have a hard time recruiting your so-called blue chip athlete. Because, if Ohio State comes to you and says, I want you to come play football for me, and Air Force says, I want you to come, but you got to give me 5 years after school, what are you going to do? So they get a special type of kid, and you could tell it by watching them tonight. That's a disciplined bunch of guys and a tough bunch of guys. They played a great football game.
Well, let's check in one more time with Mike Stoll. Mike?
Well, Randy, I'm getting surrounded by Air Force tonight, as Tennessee did on defense. You think about the offense for Tennessee, no punts tonight. Colquitt didn't have to kick the ball, and yet Air Force still executed well. We knew they were going to have problems with that wishbone. They executed it exceptionally well, but the biggest thing in this is you wonder about the injuries. What's going to come out of this? Justin Harrell, Ramon Foster, Arian Foster, all these guys are getting banged up, and you've got a big one next week, and this is just one that you got to look at and you got to think, okay, wishbone offense, let's put this behind us. Now Tennessee, you got to take some good confidence out of them moving the football offensively.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. And Eric Ainge, what a night he had offensively. He made 1 interception, as he did last week, but altogether, Ainge statistically on the night was 24 of 29. 1 interception, career high 333 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's 7 touchdown passes and 2 games.
Yeah, a very good night for Eric Inky. I was more impressed with him tonight than I was last week. You know, he had 4 touchdowns. He had 3 tonight, but he made a number of throws tonight that were big-time throws. I mean, he stood in there, bought himself a little time, and threw the ball, you know, on the line, right where it was supposed to be. And when he didn't have it, just like last week, he made a smart move of just getting rid of it.
All right, thank you, Pat Ryan. Tennessee gets the win 31-30 tonight over the Air Force. They're 2-0 with Florida coming to town next week.